Hello everybody, it is me, Jordan Young, back with another certified hood classic. In today's banger, we are going to be looking at some of the biggest sneakers coming up this month of September. Before we get into that though, I want to share with you guys my latest pickup. I scored me a pair of the Asics Gel Light 3 Homage, also known as the What the Fi Eggs. These came out right at the end of the year back in 2015 when the sneaker culture was a lot different. And I got these from a Facebook sneaker group here in the UK called the Soul Supplier for £100. No box, they are pretty used, but this was a shoe that I really wanted to get back in 2015 and the prices have just been unjustifiable. And so to come up on these for a sneaky steal, in my opinion, to be used as some comfy beaters was a no-brainer. Definitely bring back memories of a time in sneaker culture that was a lot different compared to now. What do you guys think of these? Is this a W pickup or not? Let me know. Rightio, so let's go through some of this month's biggest releases. The first big notable release are these, the Air Jordan 1 High Palomino, dropping on the 2nd of September. The retail is $180 and these are going to be available in most of the regular places. What's interesting to me is just how low the prices for these are already. These are pretty much already going on the early resale market for retail, meaning that the hype and demand around this shoe is probably not at the level a lot of us expected. I think if there was one Jordan 1 High that anyone was going to put money on reselling this year, it was going to be this model here. I mean, it's a brown shoe in the iconic bread type color blocking. Early reviews out there seem to be pretty complimentary of the quality, but suffice to say, Jordan 1 hype is dead. And this shoe bricking would only reinforce that notion. I think it's a clean shoe. I think it'll be pretty easy to get, and even if you miss out on them, it looks like you're gonna be able to cop these pretty easy on the resale market for retail. Next up, on the 8th of September, there's a Nike Airship coming out in collaboration with a Cincinnati sneaker boutique called Corporate. Pair's coming out in this really nice sort of teal or Liberty green type colorway with some nice looking suede and leather donning the upper. A little bit of branding on the rear lateral quarter, like a branded hang tag and some sort of like story card narrating the owner's blah blah blah. And they've got this embroidered phrase on the back that a lot of us will not be used to seeing, especially in the context of Nikes, and that is the "got 'em" phrase. Retail's like $150. I don't think they're gonna be super easy to get, but early sales are right around the $200, $210 mark, meaning there is a little bit of demand for this shoe anyway. But yeah, I think it's a pretty nice colorway. I'll definitely be passing though. Right, so September the 9th is a big day because it is the first time that the Nike Sneakers Day is going to be going international, where you guys over there in the US also get to partake in one of the biggest anticlimaxes in sneakers. At least in my experience, Sneakers Day has generally tended to be a bit of a letdown. Don't get me wrong, it's a fun day where you're going to be able to see a lot of different live streams with game shows and interviews and quizzes. And in engaging in these live streams, you're potentially going to be given access to certain shoes. Going off the Sneakers app, at least here in the UK, there are going to be a few Sneakers Day specific releases, including some Air Max 1s, some Dunks, some Footscapes, some Jordan 1 Lows. You should expect the big release of the day to be the Air Jordan 4 Red Cements that you'll probably be able to cop during one of the live streams. It's a great marketing campaign and a really awesome way for Nike to engage with their customers and their audience. But if you guys think there's going to be all sorts of hyped up restocks all throughout the day that are going to be easy to cop, you are going to end up getting your hopes up for no good reason. Now, there are going to be some Yeezy launches throughout the month again as they continue to get rid of all of their Yeezy stock. But to be honest, the mid portion of the month after Sneakers Day is pretty mid. It's only once we get to September the 23rd there is a notable pair, at least in my opinion, the J Balvin Air Jordan 3s. You guys might have seen in the past couple of days J Balvin wearing a black pair. I've been waiting for DJ Khaled to pipe up or spawn into one of these J Balvin videos demanding that he gives him the black pair off his feet. But listen, the J Balvin 3s are one of the cleanest collabs of the year. In my opinion, the quality looks good, the colorway looks good. I've already spoken before about how it's a tried and tested recipe. Given the quality and the colorway looks kind of similar to the A Ma Maniére. This is probably the only shoe this month that I'm really interested in copping. I think it's a W collab. I think it's J Balvin's best sneaker. The retail is a little bit steep at $250, around 220 odd pounds. So if I could only cop one sneaker this month for retail, these would be them. Last up on on September the 30th, the next best shoe this month, in my opinion, are these, the Air Jordan 8 Playoffs. $210 retail though, my goodness. I think it's safe to say that these are gonna be sitting. One of the best Jordan 8s of all time. In fact, probably right up there with the Aquas for the best 8s of all time. I think these came out last time maybe around 2015. I had these and sold these, kind of regret it, but it's a very cool shoe and I like what they've done with this retro in making it look very similar to the OG. They've got the red pull tab, all that sort of jazz. So after the J Balvins, the Playoff 8s for me are the only other must cop type sneaker this month, although it's the type of shoe that I could probably envisage going on sale down the road because most people don't really get into Jordan 8s like that. And that's it for today's episode, guys. There's one or two cool sneakers coming out this September. I very well may have missed some other cool sneakers from some other brands. You'll have to forgive me for just focusing in on the sneakers that most people are thinking about. But for me, there's literally one or two cops this month that I think I would be interested in adding to my collection. What about you? Feel free to let me know your thoughts on this month's releases and what you're going for down in the comments. Thanks as always for taking the time to watch. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care for now and peace.